So you'll be getting parabola here, ellipse and hyperbola. All these will be present for JEE syllabus. Parabola, ellipse as well as hyperbola. Okay. So this is what you get with respect to this. We'll write some basic definitions and we'll move forward. But I'll teach you a lot many things here. Ikkada chala ideas cheptanu nenu. Not a single idea. I'll be teaching you a lot many ideas here. But try to follow everything clearly. Because we'll be seeing a lot many ideas here. Okay. Chalo. First, let's start. One basic and very, very important definition is eccentricity of a conic. So, if I just want to classify a conic section, okay, conic section ni classify cheyali ante, there may be different things. That may be basis on the that may be basis on the around 1 month more. Around 1 month. Okay. It will be around 1 month. Will take around 1 month. Completely these conic sections. Okay. So this is eccentricity of the conic. First, let's see the definition of this eccentricity of the conic. So conic sections, the name itself already we have seen, the name itself has been derived because that is generated from certain section of a cone. That has been generated from certain section of the cone. Hence, you are giving that name as a conic section. Now, listen. Just listen first. I'll make you write these things, but first listen. I'll give you the base here. I'll take a fixed line. And I'll take a fixed point. Let's say this is a fixed point. This is a fixed line. And this is a fixed point. Let's say L is a fixed line and S is a fixed point. Or fixed line తీసుకున్నాను, ఒక fixed point తీసుకున్నాను. I've taken two things here. Now what I do is that I'll take a variable point. ఒక variable point తీసుకుంటాను. Let's say P is a variable point. This is a variable point. It is some arbitrary point I've been choosing in this plane. From this variable point, I will drop a perpendicular onto this line. ఇది M అనుకుంటాను. Let's say this is S. This is the fixed line. So from this variable point, I'll drop a perpendicular onto this line, which is this is M. And from this variable point, I'll join this fixed point, which is S. Let's say this distance is D1. Let's say this distance is D2. This distance is D1 అనుకుంటాను, ఈ distance ని D2 అనుకుంటాను. So the ratio of distances of a variable point, from a fixed point to a fixed line. You observe, note something here. First comes the point, then comes the line. First point no distance vastundi, then there comes the distance from the line. The ratio of distances of a variable point from a fixed point to a fixed line is eccentricity of a conic. It's called as eccentricity of a conic. Denoted by small e. It will be denoted by small e. So the ratio of distances of a variable point from a fixed point to a fixed line is called as eccentricity of a conic, which will be denoted by small e. It will be denoted by small e. It means that here E will be, this is PS by PM, which is something like D1 by D2 in that case. ఈ కేసులో తీసుకుంటే E is something like, it will be D1 by D2. E is something like D1 by D2. Okay, so E is PS by PM, which is D1 by D2 in this case. So this will be called as eccentricity. E definition, that is ratio of distances of a variable point from a fixed point to a fixed line. First comes the point, then comes the line, right? Now this fixed point is called as focus. This fixed point is called as focus, and fixed line, fixed point ni focus antamu, and this fixed line is called directrix. Fixed point is called as focus and fixed line is called as directrix. Ee line ni directrix antaru, and this is called as focus, which is represented with S always. So fixed point is called as focus and fixed line is called as directrix. Very, very important. Underline that. The fixed point is focus and fixed line is directrix in this case. So the ratio of distances of a variable point from a fixed point to a fixed line is called as eccentricity of a conic, which is denoted by small e. And E will be D1 by D2 in this case, and this fixed point is called as focus and this fixed line is called as directrix. Right? So this is a basic definition of eccentricity of a conic, which is very important because almost for every problem you will be using this concept of eccentricity. ప్రతి ప్రాబ్లంలో ఈ ఎసెంట్రిసిటీ కాన్సెప్ట్ వాడుతూనే ఉంటారు. దట్ మే నాట్ బి ద కేస్ విత్ పారాబోలా, రైట్? నౌ classification of conics, based on eccentricity. Classification of conics based on eccentricity. And eccentricity terms మీద how do I classify these conics? Observe. If E is equal to 1, conic is a parabola. If E is 1, conic is a parabola in that case. The reason it is parabola because I'll tell you about that. And next is something like if 0 is less than E less than 1, so E is always a positive quantity because eccentricity is the ratio of distances. Basically eccentricity is the ratio of distances. 0 is less than E less than 1, then the conic is ellipse. The conic will be ellipse. Eccentricity ane value 1 కంటే తక్కువ ఉంటే అది ellipse అవుతుంది. If eccentricity is greater than 1, then the conic is hyperbola. If eccentricity is greater than 1, then the conic will be a hyperbola. So if I classify these conics based on the eccentricity, so if eccentricity is 1, then the conic is parabola. 0 is less than, eccentricity is less than 1, that is eccentricity is less than 1, the conic will be an ellipse. Write in bold letters always, never forget this. So parabola is something like eccentricity is equal to 1 in case of a parabola. It means that the meaning entante, I'll take a directrix, fixed line is always called, I'll take a fixed line, this fixed line is always called as focus, the fixed line is called as directrix, and I'll take one more fixed point. This is fixed point, focus, which is denoted by S. This is fixed. This is focus, this is directrix. Now I'll take a variable point such that this distance and this distance are equal. So 1 point. I'll take one more point. Such that this distance and this perpendicular distance are equal. Next, I'll take one more point here, such that this distance and this distance are again equal. Now all such points, all such variable points result to a conic. All such variable points result to a conic. All such variable points result to a conic, and that will be called as a parabola. This is a parabola. A shape looks something like this. This becomes a parabola. So the eccentricity will be 1. At a parabola మీద ఉన్న point ki, any point on that parabola, the distance between focus as well as directrix, those both distances will be absolutely same. So such a conic will be a parabola. It's a rough parabola. Okay. So eccentricity. Here we are interested in eccentricity. Eccentricity is 1. So the conic becomes a parabola. Next, oka chinna definition. So eccentricity is obviously if a conic is fixed, I'll write note. If a conic is fixed, అంటే ఒక ఎలిప్సో లేకపోతే హైపర్బోలానో లేదా పారాబోలా ఈక్వేషన్ ఇచ్చారనుకోండి, అంటే పారాబోలాలో ఆల్రెడీ ఎసెంట్రిసిటీ 1 ఉంది కాబట్టి ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. బట్ ఎలిప్స్లో ఇట్ మే బీ ఎనీ వాల్యూ విచ్ ఈస్ లయింగ్ బిట్వీన్ 0 and 1. ఎలిప్స్ ద ఎసెంట్రిసిటీ మే లై బిట్వీన్ 0 and 1. సో అంటే ఒక ఎలిప్స్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఇచ్చేసి ఫిక్స్ చేశారు అనుకోండి, ఎసెంట్రిసిటీ అనే వాల్యూ కూడా ఫిక్స్ అయిపోతుంది. ఇఫ్ ఎ కోనిక్ ఈస్ ఫిక్స్డ్, దిస్ ఇంప్లైస్ ఎసెంట్రిసిటీ ఈస్ ఫిక్స్డ్, ఈస్ ఎ ఫిక్స్డ్ క్వాంటిటీ. Or I can write eccentricity is fixed. If a conic is fixed, then obviously the eccentricity will be fixed in that case. Okay. Next, a small definition. Degenerate conic. Write down this definition. In the writing works on time, simultaneously I'll explain. Degenerate conic. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ I've taken two different things. ఇక్కడ ఏం తీసుకున్నానంటే I've taken two different things, that is focus and directrix are two different points. అంటే focus doesn't lie on directrix. I've taken something like focus is not lying on the directrix, but I may have a condition something like, because focus ఒక fixed point, directrix ఒక fixed point, what if focus lies on the directrix? Such a conic which is generated in that case. So I'll write, if focus lie on directrix, if focus lie on directrix, such a conic is called as degenerate conic. If a focus lie on directrix, such a conic will be called as degenerate conic. I'll discuss more about this just in a while. I'll take about this. Okay. So if a focus lie on directrix, such a conic is called as degenerate conic. Because ఇప్పుడు ఏ conic section మాట్లాడినా కూడా ఆ conic section కి you will always be talking about focus, you will be always be talking about directrix, because ఇవి రెండు లేకుండా ప్రాబ్లం ఉండదు ఎప్పుడైనా కూడా. And eccentricity is also present. If rendu lekunte general ka problem undadu. Okay. Now, so if a focus lie on the directrix, such a conic is called as a degenerate conic. Next, non-degenerate conic. Non-degenerate conic. If focus doesn't lie on directrix, if the focus doesn't lie on directrix, such a conic is called a non-degenerate conic. If a focus doesn't lie on the directrix, such a conic is called as a non-degenerate conic. అంటే ఇప్పుడు నార్మల్గా ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇఫ్ యూ సీ పారాబోలా, ఎలిప్స్, hyperbola, you see parabola, ellipse and hyperbola, all such will be called as non-degenerate conics. All these are non-degenerate conics because focus and directrix will be different. You'll be having that. You'll be having different focus as well as directrix pairs. The focus doesn't lie on directrix. Such a conic will be called as non-degenerate conics. మనం ఇప్పుడు ఏదైతే చదువుతున్నామో అవన్నీ non-degenerate conics. Let's assume what happens. Let's see the case where the focus lies on the directrix. Let's see the case where the focus lies on the directrix. Let's get a clear-cut view about such things. I'll talk about degenerate conic. At a degenerate conic, we'll bust out it first. Let's get it. So, if case, a special case, that is, we'll talk about degenerate conics. What if focus lie on directrix for a certain conic? Let's say if focus lies on directrix for a certain conic. What is the locus in this case? You tell me what can be the possible locus in this case. If focus lie on directrix, let's say a certain conic lo, I gave you a fixed thing, something like this. A fixed line ichanu, and this fixed line always will be called as directrix. Ee terminology marchipokandra eppudaina kuda. Never ever forget this terminology. This terminology is very, very important. Now, let me say that if the focus lies on the directrix, let's say focus is somewhere here. Focus let's say focus is this. This is fixed. Now, I'll take something like a point P. So, what will be the locus of P? Okay, 1 minute ఆలోచించండి. Because conic sections ఇలా నేర్చుకున్నప్పుడు అంటే intuition, visualization తో నేర్చుకున్నప్పుడే conic sections ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. If I keep on teaching you and you keep on listening, that will be no use. What if focus lie on directrix? So, general, I'll take a variable point in this case. So, what can be the possible locus in this case? What will be the locus? Tell me what will be the locus of P? Think. Test yourself. What can be the possible locus of P? Try understanding that. Anyone? No? Check it again. Focus lie on directrix annaru. Array, Raja, I told already that parabola, ellipse, all such will be non-degenerate conics. ఇప్పుడు నా కేస్ ఏంటంటే what if focus lies on directrix? Let's examine that case. Listen carefully. I'll take some point P here. ఇక్కడ ఒక point P తీసుకుంటా. Already I told you if a certain conic అని ఇచ్చారు. If a certain conic, if a conic is fixed, automatically the eccentricity will be fixed. Let's assume, or else not required. Now, PS by PM, let's say this is M. PS by PM is always eccentricity. Let's say this angle is theta. So, PS by PM, already we have learned that is eccentricity. For any conic, the definition of eccentricity is ratio of a variable point. This is a variable point. Okay, variable point తీసుకున్నాను. PS by PM, this is always E. So what is PS by PM in this case? That is nothing but cosecant theta. PS by PM is nothing but cosecant theta. So cosecant theta in this case is E. So theta will be cosecant inverse E. Theta in this case will be cosecant inverse E. అంటే సింపుల్గా ఇప్పుడు చూస్తే ఆల్రెడీ ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ దిస్ థింగ్. If a conic is fixed, obviously the eccentricity will be fixed in such a case. So now what you got is something like theta will be cosecant inverse of E. This is something like it's a constant. If E is constant, this becomes a constant. So it means that theta is an angle which is constant. So P can be here, P can be here, P can be here, P can be here, all along this line. So obviously this angle will be constant in that case. Make that angle constant. Or this is theta, let's say this is theta. It can be here, it can be here, here, here. All such makes an angle of theta. This theta will be constant in such a case. ఎందుకంటే ఒక కోనిక్ ఫిక్స్ అవుతే ఎసెంట్రిసిటీ ఫిక్స్ అవ్వాలి. సో ఇఫ్ theta is anywhere on the straight line, ఈ straight line మీద if point P is anywhere, P can be here, P can be here. If point P is anywhere on this straight line, the theta value will be fixed, and hence by the eccentricity will be fixed, and you will be required, you will be getting something like that. And you may have one more case also, something like this. Let's say if P is here, let's say P is here. This angle is theta. You can also make some angle which is theta here. Can also be somewhere theta here. If it is theta here, obviously PS by PM will be again equal to cosecant theta. M can be here. PS by PM will be again cosecant theta in this case. So P can be anywhere on this line again. If P is anywhere on this line, obviously theta will be constant. So the locus in such a case, ఈ కేసులో locus ఏమవుతుందంటే, if the focus lie on the directrix, certain conic కూడా అవసరం లేదు, if a focus lie on directrix, so the case here, the locus here is pair of straight lines which makes a constant angle theta, which is cosecant inverse something like E with the directrix. Pair of straight lines, you can write through focus. So the locus here is the pair of straight lines through focus, which makes an angle, a constant angle, which makes a constant theta. Theta means angle, constant angle with the directrix. So this is the pair of lines. The locus will be these two lines. These two lines locus outai. So this line and this line will be the locus. These rendu lines locus. So obviously in such a case, this is focus and this is directrix. So this will be the locus in this case. Okay, so degenerate conic ante basically a pair of straight lines here. Degenerate conic means if they will never mention you this, because this is out of our scope. They will never mention this, but if they say such thing, if the focus lie on directrix, so it means that the locus will be the pair of straight lines. Locus will always be the pair of straight lines through the focus, and which makes an constant angle with the directrix. Okay, next. I hope this is clear. So this is one part. The focus lies on directrix, so the locus is pair of straight lines in that case. Next, I'll talk about non-degenerate conic. Non-degenerate ante locus doesn't lie on, focus doesn't lie on directrix. Non-degenerate conic, so focus is somewhere outside the directrix. Let's say this is the directrix. Let's say this is the directrix. I'll take it as something like ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Let's say this is the directrix, which is a fixed line. And there is a point, let's say alpha comma beta is a fixed point. Let's say this is focus. Alpha comma beta and focus anukunnam. Let's call this as the directrix. Now, what is the equation of a general parabola which satisfies this? Idoka oblique parabola laga vastundi. We'll discuss a lot about such things in the coming days, because this is a very, very, very interesting chapter. So let's say I'll talk something like this. It is something like ax plus by plus c. Ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is the directrix, and alpha comma beta is the focus here. Alpha beta is the focus. Now I want an equation which satisfies that. If a parabola satisfies that, equation of parabola whose focus is alpha comma beta and directrix is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So we'll use the basic eccentricity definition in this case. What will you use is that we'll use the basic eccentricity definition in such a case. Okay, if I use the eccentricity definition in this case, so eccentricity is already known, that eccentricity is nothing but let's say this is P, this focus is S, let's say this is the, so this is D1, this is D2. Eccentricity is always D1 by D2, that is ratio of distances of a variable point from a fixed point. First point vastundi eppudaina, then comes the line to the fixed line, is called as PS by PM, is nothing but eccentricity. So for a parabola, already we have discussed what is the eccentricity in case of a parabola. For a parabola, I told you eccentricity will be equal to 1 in case of a parabola. A conic parabola aute, eccentricity in that case will be equal to 1. Okay. Now, so if eccentricity equal to 1, so it means that you have to get PS is equal to PM. So x comma y ni distance between alpha and beta, that is x minus alpha whole square plus y minus beta whole square under root. This is equal to, eccentricity is 1, so PM will be ax plus modulus of ax plus by plus c by under root of a square plus b square, perpendicular distance from a point to a line. This is a variable point. So obviously you will be getting x minus alpha whole square plus y minus beta whole square is equal to ax plus by plus c whole square by a square plus b square. So this is the equation of the parabola whose focus is alpha comma beta and directrix is ax plus by plus c. General ga idu oka oblique parabola avutundra. Oblique parabola ante directrix is neither parallel to x axis nor parallel to y axis. Oblique asymptote gurinchi cheppanu nenu. So this becomes an oblique parabola. Generally these will not be present in your syllabus, but I'll be teaching you at the end of this chapter. We'll always be discussing, ante meeku JEE syllabus sheet lo chusina kuda they will always talk about parabola, equation of the parabola in the standard form. They will always talk about equation of the parabola in the standard form. We'll also be seeing the same thing, equation of the parabola in the standard form. Okay, mainly that's our point of thing. So this is the general equation of the parabola. Now, if I take some general second degree equation, ikkada meeku 2 degree equation in x and y vastundi. So why not I take that? I'll take general second degree equation. If I talk in terms of general second degree equation in two variables, general second degree equation in two variables, we talk about general second degree equation in two variables, that will be ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. General second degree equation in two variables, it will be something like ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. Already I told you, if there is a quantity called as delta, delta will be terming it as abc plus 2fgh minus af square minus bg square minus ch square. This is delta. abc plus 2fgh minus af square minus bg square minus ch square. I'll take a determinant. You'll be writing like remembrance way. I'm telling you abc fgh 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 this way, fgh this way. So if this is equal to, this is delta. If delta is equal to 0, no matter what, there is no looking back. So the equation represents, the general second degree equation represents pair of straight lines. If delta is equal to 0, the general second degree equation always represents pair of straight lines in that case. Okay, next. If delta is not equal to 0, if circle equation kavali ante, what is the condition? Circles chesar kada, delta is not equal to 0, circle, then you have four options. Either it may be circle, parabola, ellipse or hyperbola. So circle equation for circle, what do you get? Circle ki condition entra. You have learned so many circle equations. Very good, very good. So circle A is equal to B, and if h is equal to 0, at a coefficient of x square and coefficient of y square are same, and coefficient of xy equal to 0 and delta equal to 0 is common for everything, then it represents circle. The second degree equation represents a circle. Okay, next. Second is if h square equal to AB, if h square is equal to AB, it represents a parabola. Delta is not equal to 0, h square equal to AB represents a parabola. If h square is less than AB, it represents an ellipse. If h square is greater than AB, it represents a hyperbola. If h square is less than AB, it represents an ellipse. H square is greater than AB, it represents a hyperbola. And if h square equal to AB, it represents a parabola. This is the condition. For a general second degree equation to represent a parabola, delta must not be equal to 0 and h square is equal to AB. These two conditions satisfy avute, that represents a parabola in turn. Okay? One small question ra. Let's see your IQ. Meeku oka circles ayipoyindi kada. I'll ask you a simple question here. So this is classification based on delta. General second degree equation ichi parabola, ellipse, hyperbola ante you check in this way. My question, I'll have a simple question for you. I have a simple question. Let's see. Try solving it. I hope this is clear. I have a simple question. That question is, a variable circle, think about this. A variable circle, I'll give you my explanation based on this. A variable circles touches a fixed circle and a fixed line externally. A variable circle touches a fixed circle and a fixed line externally. Find the locus of center of, find the locus of center of variable circle. A variable circle touches a fixed circle and a fixed line externally. Find the locus of the center of the variable circle. First, think, take 1 minute of time, think about this problem. Kasi logical answer kadra. Sir, you are asking in this chapter, so obviously it will be a parabola. Don't use such logics. Just want explanation for your answer. But is what the answer? Okay, okay. Answer. Chalo. Any idea? Radius, దీనికి radius variable circle అంటే radius is not fixed రా. See, for a variable circle radius is not fixed. Fixed circle కి radius fixed ఉంటుంది, but variable circle radius will not be fixed. Yeah. So I'll draw the diagram. Because there are so many methods and techniques to learn in this chapter. This is the fixed circle, variable circle, fixed line, center of this is fixed line. A variable circle, this is variable, fixed line, fixed circle. So let's say this radius is r1, this is c1, this is c. I want locus of c, locus of this point c. Question is about locus of point c. This is fixed line. Let's say radius of this is smaller. Observe now, I'll tell you a very logical idea for this question. Simple, I'll not use any equation at all. I'll not at all solve anything. And chala many students the first time adiginappudu they will tell the sir, we'll solve that equations and we'll get the answer. I'll never solve any equation. Asal nenu em calculation cheyanu, I'll not do any calculation. Only what I'll do is a certain magic here. That's it. Listen. Obviously, this is R, this is R1, this is R. So C1C is equal to R plus R1 because two circles are touching externally. So distance C1C2 is equal to R1 plus R2. The same idea. C1C is R plus R1. Now this distance is R. Now what I do is that, oka kotta idea teeskunta. My idea is that there may be different ways of solving this question, but this is purely my idea of doing this. Listen. ఇది ఒక ఫిక్స్డ్ లైన్. అరే ఒకసారి ఆలోచించండి, నేను చెప్పింది ఆలోచించండి. ఇది ఒక ఫిక్స్డ్ లైన్. ఈ ఫిక్స్డ్ లైన్కి ఇది ఒక ఫిక్స్డ్ సర్కిల్ కాబట్టి R1 ఈజ్ అ ఫిక్స్డ్ క్వాంటిటీ. ఈ ఫిక్స్డ్ లైన్కి ఫిక్స్డ్ డిస్టెన్స్లో, ఈ ఫిక్స్డ్ లైన్కి ఫిక్స్డ్ డిస్టెన్స్లో ఒక లైన్ని కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తే ఇప్పుడు ఈ లైన్ ఫిక్స్డ్ లైన్ అవుతుందా, వేరియబుల్ లైన్ అవుతుందా? వాట్ ఈస్ ఇట్ బికమ్? మై క్వశ్చన్ ఇస్, ఈ ఫిక్స్డ్ లైన్కి ఫిక్స్డ్ డిస్టెన్స్లో ఇంకో లైన్ కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తే ఇప్పుడు ఈ పింక్ లైన్ ఫిక్స్డ్ అవుతుందా, వేరియబుల్ అవుతుందా? ఫస్ట్. వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్. అరే మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నా క్వశ్చన్. ఫిక్స్డ్ లైన్కి ఫిక్స్డ్ డిస్టెన్స్లో ఇంకొక లైన్ కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఇది ఒక ఫిక్స్డ్ లైన్. ఈ ఫిక్స్డ్ లైన్కి డిస్టెన్స్ కూడా ఫిక్స్ చేసి ఇంకో లైన్ కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను. అదేమవుతుంది? ప్యారలల్ టు దిస్ లైన్, ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ప్యారలల్ టు దిస్ లైన్. వేరియబుల్ ఆర్ ఫిక్స్డ్? ఒక ఫిక్స్డ్ లైన్ ఉంది, ఒక ఫిక్స్డ్ ఈ డిస్టెన్స్, ఒక ఫిక్స్డ్ డిస్టెన్స్లో ఇంకో లైన్ కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను ప్యారలల్గా. That will be a fixed line. Very good. And I'll assume that, let's say this fixed distance R1 is a fixed value kabatti, I'll assume at some R1. Now you observe I-point problem. This is R1. This is something like let's say this is M, this is N. So you are getting it as C1C is R plus R1, and similarly Cn is also R plus R1. C1C is equal to Cn. At a ratio of the distances, you are getting it as C1C by Cn is equal to 1. It means that you are getting eccentricity equal to 1. ఒక ఫిక్స్డ్ పాయింట్ నుండి డిస్టెన్స్ అండ్ ఫిక్స్డ్ లైన్ నుండి డిస్టెన్స్ రెండు సేమ్ ఉన్నాయి. You observe, get the logic. From a distance of C from a fixed point and distance of C from a fixed line, both are absolutely same, which is R plus R1. So it means that the eccentricity is 1. So locus of C is parabola. The locus of C is parabola. I'm not solving anything. Just logic vaartunnan ante. I'm not at all solving. I'm not at all calculating anything. Just using logic, and I'm using the definition of eccentricity. Eccentricity definition 1. So C ane point C1 nundi distance and E line nundi distance rendu same unnai. So it means that is nothing but eccentricity. Eccentricity is 1. So if eccentricity is 1, so the locus of that point will be a parabola. So answer is a parabola. It's a pure logic, right? Okay. I hope this is clear. Next. Okay, so answer will be parabola for this. We'll write few definitions. Okay, write down few definitions, standard definitions. Few standard definitions. First, axis. Axis is a line. Axis is a line passing through focus. Axis is a line. ఇవన్నీ మైండ్లో ఉండాలి, ఈ డెఫినేషన్స్ అన్ని మైండ్లో ఉండాలి. Axis is a line passing through focus and is perpendicular to the directrix. Axis is a line which is passing through focus and is perpendicular to the directrix. This is axis. Point number 2. Vertex. The point of intersection, అంటే యాక్సిస్ కోనిక్ సెక్షన్ ఒక పాయింట్ దగ్గర మీట్ అవుతుంది. ఆ పాయింట్ ఏమంటారంటే దాన్ని వర్టెక్స్ అంటారు. ద పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్సెక్షన్, ద పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ యాక్సిస్, ద పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ యాక్సిస్ and the conic section. The point of intersection of axis and the conic section is called vertex. Axis is a line passing through focus and perpendicular to directrix. And a simple ga, if this is something like this is the directrix, this is the focus. So axis will be perpendicular passing through focus, and this is the axis of that parabola kavachu, ellipse kavachu, hyperbola kavachu. Names may vary. So vertex, the point of intersection of the axis and the conic section is called as vertex. 3. Focal distance. Point number 3 is focal distance. The distance of any point, the distance of any point on the conic, the distance of any point on the conic from the focus, the distance of any point on the conic from the focus is focal distance. The distance of any point on the conic from the focus, the focus నుండి ఉండే distance ని focal distance అంటారు. Right? 4. There are 2 more definitions, but after telling you the equations of the parabola, I'll be teaching you here. So I'll stop it here today. Remaining will continue in the next lecture, but